Hey guys, Paul from Ashen Phoenix. It is New Comic Book Day for the week of March 24th, and we're going to get started right now. This episode brought to you by Hype. No, really, shirts.
Get hype!
Hey guys, it's Tim from Capes and Scowls podcast. Go check us out on the old Apple Podcast machinery, or, Podcast Addict, or wherever you do that stuff. Team Ashen, comic book store, places. Let's talk about trades, huh? That'd be fun. I got a bunch of them. I got Deceased, Volume 1, which was only available on hardcover up until this point. Stay tuned to the channel. We might talk about this a little more. You've got a new Marvel Select version of Welcome Back Frank, which is awesome, if you've never read that. We got Oblivion Song. Some Kirkman craziness going on in this book. It's up to Volume 5. Paul's a big fan of Oblivion Song, right?
It was pretty good.
Yeah, pretty decent. Conan, this is a new Volume 1. This is the beginning of the Jim Zub stuff. We've got Werewolf by Night Volume, I guess it just contained miniseries. The new one. I didn't really like it. I'm sorry. Big Girls, I like this. This was a lot of fun. Volume 1. This one's sad. It's so sad, that first issue. Oh, goodness. But Getting It Together, I don't know anything about this. I heard it was good by somebody I trust, so it's got to be amazing, and everyone should go buy it. Batman, Arkham, Talia al Ghul. It's a very varied, a wide amount of different types of stories in this. I really enjoyed that. We have We Only Find Them When They're Dead. This is the Discovery version or whatever of this trade. It gets its regular release later. I don't know. I know they did it with Something's Killing the Frizen. Something is Killing the Children. It had the Jenny Frizen. Undiscovered Country, Volume 2. That's some Snydery soul. I can't talk today, Paul. It's awful. Whatever. We're going to roll with it because I don't care. The Orville, Season 2.5. You need to fill in the blanks in between seasons. Nailbiter, Volume 8, which is the second one that dealing with returns. Pretty dark book. Scumbag. I enjoyed Scumbag a lot. I actually bought this because I enjoyed this a bunch. And now the previews are here. I guess we'll do the Marvel ones first. Paul, say stop. Paul has stopped on Demon Days. Mariko.
Oh, that wasn't bad. I like the first Demon Days.
Yes, and wow, you've got a David Mack variant and a Jen Bartel variant, and your regular is Peach Momoko? That's pretty awesome, and I don't even care about the X-Men. All right, and then the big preview, Paul, say when. Norse Mythology by Neil Gaiman. Norse Mythology 2, issue number 1 from Dark Horse. What would Neil Gaiman do with Thor?
You mean Neil Gaiman's Norse Mythology?
Yes, Neil Gaiman's Norse Mythology. It's like regular Norse mythology, but Gaiman-y?
I don't know if anybody noticed, but last week we didn't do any issues from Marvel or DC.
Wow.
One of those weird weeks. This week, that's not the case. First up, we have Teen Titans Academy. Kind of an interesting thing, very much like the Strange Academy on the Marvel side, where you have a new group of people that are going to eventually become the new Teen Titans, so that the Teen Titans can become the new Titans. It's okay. I mean, the writing style is very much a young style writing, similar to the Champions, and I wasn't a big fan of Champions. It just felt a little bit too woke, but I got the jokes, I got everything. I see what they were trying to do, and some of them were funny. But yeah, you are seeing a lot. The one things I do like about this book is you do a lot of the things that are going on in the Titans and the New Titans universe, or the Teen Titans universe, and they're reviewing some of the mistakes that have happened, and a lot of this is going to revolve around the almost cultish mythos around the Red X, and Nightwing having to come to terms with it. So while I wasn't wowed by this particular issue, I'm actually kind of excited to see where this is going to go in terms of the Red X and some of the problems that you might see coming in with some of these people. So If you're looking for something new, grab it.
All right, Paul. I liked a lot of my books, so we're just gonna go with it, man. First up, we got Paranormal Hitman, issue 2. Again, local boy. So I love this issue. Pretty interesting concept. I mean, it's kind of like the Hitman version of Ghostbusters, and I love that, where these hitmen are being asked to take on evil versions of ghosts that are doing weird things. And you know, this is the mobster in real life storyline coinciding with the afterlife storyline that is happening behind the scenes. I really dig this book. I think it's such a cool idea off of these two kind of more basic things. It's like, all right, I got my mobster thing, I got my ghost thing. How do I make it make sense? I feel like they do a fairly good job. The art's fun, and the characters are enjoyable. So I'm still enjoying this book. I still enjoy the art. I still enjoy the writing. So if you enjoyed issue 1, you'll get more of the same in issue 2.
Next up, we have Harley Quinn, issue number 6. This is the White Knight series. It ends this. This is really, really fun. This was a great series. It's been a great set of series leading up to what happened in this book. You see Harley in all of her glory. We also see kind of the last fracturing of what happened between her and Joker at the end. It was kind of bittersweet. I really hope that, like, this does kind of set up what could potentially be a new universe, and I'd be really fine with reading this Harley Quinn over the original Harley Quinn. I mean, there's nothing wrong with her, but I like this version of Harley a lot better. So yeah, if you haven't checked it out, I mean, the trade's probably going to be coming out relatively soon. I think it said, no, actually, no. It's coming out in June. So, I mean, if you're going to wait that long, go for it. Otherwise, grab the issues and read it. It's only 6 issues, but it is definitely well worth the effort to try to grab these. The art is spectacular, and the writing has been solid all the way through. So grab it.
All right, next up we got Alien, issue number 1. I really like the way this story is written, and the art's pretty decent too. And it's an interesting story following an old Marine that has gone and worked for the company for a couple of years. I'm not really good with my Alien timeline, but you know it takes place after the first and second movie, and it's very focused on the company and what people on Earth feel about them, and it has like a radical group trying to attack the corporation. What does the corporation think of them? What do they do about it? That kind of thing. So it's a different type of alien story. However, when things get crazy, as they do in the Alien universe, they get very crazy. And there are some characters introduced in here that are awesome. I don't know if this version of the Alien has existed before, and I don't know if it's real because it's referenced in a dream kind of flashback part. Love it. Really cool looking character. So somebody tell me if you know in the comments section. But I just really enjoyed it. I thought it was a fun story. It's a dark story, of course, and I'm curious to see where it goes. I think I'd be in on this. I might be in on this. I think so.
And my pick of the week, it is Firefly, issue number 1, brand new verse. This is taking place in the future with Zoe and her children running Serenity. And it really does have that same kind of feel to it. Like, if you like the Firefly series, if you love the Firefly television show, it's written very, very much like that. So if you're a fan of the series, it will kind of pull all those nostalgia strings that you want. But it does give you enough to pick this up if you haven't picked up any of the books before, because I really haven't. I think I've read like maybe 2 issues of the new runs. So like this was still enough to give me an idea of what's going on and to pick it up. So if you are not a fan of the Firefly series and you want to give something a kind of a test run, this is a good book to pick it up. You don't need to know anything about it, but I mean, it does help. There was definitely some moments there where you get very sad because you're knowing some of what has come in the past. But again, it's written in a way that you don't need to know. It just helps. And that's kind of important when you're doing series that have this much of a backbone. You need to make sure that you're still writing it in case people don't know what it is and they're coming at it for the first time. And this did that. So, yeah. You want to see more Zoe? definitely grab this.
All right, it's time for my pick of the week. Paul, what is my pick of the week?
I have no idea.
That's the way I like to keep you in the dark. Stray Dogs. Shut up. Stray Dogs, issue 2. Telling you what it is. I went back to Stray Dogs. I said, let's see how this goes. I remembered Don Bluth. I haven't forgotten it since. It was just, God, that made me so mad during the issue 1 review. It's Don Bluth. I'm screaming on the inside, This book is fantastic. The idea where these dogs are realizing that the master isn't who he says he is, and you are not sure if he's a murderer or not, but then you get a couple clues and you're like, oh boy, yeah, master's definitely not a good person. And by the end of the issue, I was like, yes, you've done everything I wanted to move the story along, and it is perfect. It is a violent Don Bluth thing, and I love that. So please, everybody, go check this out, and then I guess watch All Dogs Go to Heaven? Is that the natural progression of this, Paul?
I don't think so.
Or do you watch them in reverse? Watch All Dogs Go to Heaven 2.
I think, yeah, that's what I think.
Then you watch All Dogs Go to Heaven, then you read issue 2 of this and reread issue 1. Is that what it is?
That doesn't.
Just read this. It's great. I'm speaking nonsense. Just read this book. It's awesome, and I can't wait to see how it wraps up in the end. Check it out. All right, that's it. We're done. We had a good time. I hope you had a good time. Not as much to plug, but there's our new you may have noticed on this YouTube channel. There's a bunch of other things. These little shorts, they're cool. They seem to help. So watch the shorts. It's mostly Paul being silly, and if you like Paul, for some reason, watch them.
Why would you not like me?
Shh, quiet down over there. And watch Paul stream on Twitch. Watch him play. What do you play? Among Us? What is it called?
Why would you? I
What is
haven't
it?
gotten back.
Duck Hunt?
I haven't gotten back.
Duck
to
Hunt? With the
Duck
dog?
Hunt?
Yeah,
No.
you like the clay pigeon version, though.
No.
Oh, that's me. That's right.
By Daylight.
Dead by Daylight? Okay.
But we still haven't gotten back to the "you don't like me" part.
What do you mean? I never said that. So, yeah, everybody, check him out on Twitch and do the YouTube thing. And I'm over on Capes and Scowls in the earbuds. You know where I am. And thank you, everybody. And hopefully we'll start seeing people soon. The end of this year, we'll start rolling out the cons. You can come visit us and tell us how stupid we are. That's my favorite thing. When we go to a con and somebody's like, man, I really don't like you. I'm all about Paul. And I'm like, well, yeah, that makes sense. I'm pretty awful. And Paul's not. Or vice versa. They're like, he's too happy. And then we're like, yeah, and we're all plotting and devious. It's a lot of fun. So please.
Plotting? Wait, where'd the plotting come from?
Where did you even hear that?
Look, man, I don't think you realize what you say. I think you riff so much that you just don't know what comes out of your mouth.
I don't even know where I am right now. Good old plausible denial. Stop watching this crap and go get a burrito.